Hey, what's going on, YouTube? New segment alert! So, I was just sitting in class thinking, and an idea popped into my head of something I used to do on social media a long time ago. I used to give out, little PSAs. So, I'm gonna start a new little segment on my channel called PSA Perkins. PSA Perkins here. I'm gonna probably post like one of these a week. Just, talking about the things that I see throughout my week that I feel like really need to be addressed or talked about. In these segments, you address me as PSA Perkins. I'm coming at you with energy and positivity and try to, give you my PSA and let you know what's up in the best and most optimistic way possible. So I guess my first short little PSA of the channel and PSA for the week is talking about a little bit about self-worth. Now, I think with each discussion about, people and their relationships with others, there's a lot of either gray area or there's a lot of situational, there's a lot of situation. And each, situation has its own boundaries and has its own, way of moving, especially within people. And it also depends on, the dynamics of the people within whatever relationship, is being addressed or is the subject at hand. And the thing that I want to bring to people's attention is a lot of times there are people who understand that they're worth more than the situation that they're in, and there's a lot of people that don't understand the fact that there is some control over what you're around and the worth that you hold. And the conclusion that I've come to is that you are only worth what you allow yourself to bring into your own life. And here's the thing. I do understand that there's situations out there where you could be stuck in an environment, or you could be, you could have a very weird and almost inescapable situation with a person in a spouse or a significant other to make you feel trapped, or to have you in a position to where you may not have all the options to leave and to, expand your own value by freeing yourself of a toxic environment. So I do understand that, and those people that are in those positions, who you are. But there are also those people who allow themselves to be surrounded by things that they know that is not good for them. And you'll see this all the time. You'll see men and women, they'll come around and then they'll complain about a certain someone, or always having a certain type of person around them. And it's just dude, y'all keep going after a certain type, and you keep going after this certain type, but then you get frustrated when that certain type keeps letting you down over and over and over again. So yes, you can be worth more than these other women or men that are just treating you like trash. But at the same time, you have to understand that you are the one who puts the most value in your own life. No one can value you more than yourself. And of course, we all have those people who see us for better than what we see ourselves, or people who hold us on a higher pedestal than we hold ourselves. But at the same time, at the end of the day, the one who controls most how valuable you are to your own life and to those around you is you. So the quality of what you keep around you And what you bring into your own corner is gonna what determines the value of you. And you may think that I'm trying to say like, oh, if you're in a relationship with a toxic person, you're automatically toxic. Or if you happen to have a friend who you understand is, not the best, I guess, as far as like personality wise, that means that your personality is all automatically, taking damage. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that a lot of the 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 worth of who you are as a person is also reflected on the worth of those who you allow to enter your life and allow to have an influence on you. And then at the same time, you could be of high worth, but if you start lowering your standards and putting you around people that you shouldn't be around, that'll also start to mentally and sometimes even physically affect who you are. And it'll happen. You always tend to slightly mimic, or you start to adapt traits of those who you're around most. So if you have your worth and you start to allow and bring in people who are not going to contribute to expanding your worth, it will go down. Trust me. I have noticed in myself, like hanging around people that honestly weren't good for my personal growth. And I've like took a step back sometimes, and I've like seen things or seen little habits that I've picked up from those people around me that I knew wasn't good, for me. And just with anything, and no one's perfect, so I'm not going to say that, you should find someone find people who are basically perfect and try to absorb all the good qualities or whatnot. No one's perfect. Everyone has their flaws or whatever. But at the same time, you want to find people who have flaws but are willing to grow. And when you surround yourself with people that grow, you will grow. If you surround yourself with people that, basically break down, you're going to break down. That's just how it is. We're social people, and we're going to adapt qualities and traits of those around us, whether we want to or not. It's just going to happen. And I guess the only way to avoid that is to basically lock yourself in a room for the rest of your life. But no one wants to do that. And that's not healthy, because naturally we're social beings, and we got to have that, communication. We got to have that attachment and relationships with other people. Just remember that you know your worth, and your worth is not set in stone. It's viable. It's fluid. You can move it. It can go up, it can go down. You have control of how much you are worth, especially to yourself. And a lot of that control comes with those who you put around you. So just remember that, if you feel the need to I guess, detoxify yourself, and feel the need that you do want to grow as a person, have that strength to let those who, keep you back from doing such things, let them go. And, take your time and find those who really build you as a person and who really like connect with you. And that's the thing. Like, you need someone who you can vibe with, but vibe isn't all. You have to know that they got it. They got it all together, or, not even all together, but, they're working on getting it together, and just someone who shows promise. And this can go with friends. This can go with relationships. This can go with family, because I have some family that I would never be close to, or never be how I should be with them, because that being around that type of energy and being around that, I guess, clashing personality, it's not good for me. It's not good for my health. But there are people who are not blood related that I consider my family, because I understand that, they got their stuff together, and if not, they're trying, and they're people who are worth putting your energy towards and giving your time for. And nobody on this planet is stupid enough to, not see anything. And yes, people have been fooled. People are, tricksters. People like to hide their true colors. And, sometimes it is what it is. But eventually, true colors will show. And sometimes it'll show at a time where you really need them the most. And it hurts. But, once you notice it, it's up to you to decide whether you let them go or not, or whether you decide to, pursue more, I guess, dependable friends and family. And, you'll see it. You'll see the people that, pick up on the hints, and then they'll just ignore it. And then they act like they don't see it, or they don't want to see it. And, that right there, that audience is kind of who I'm talking to the most. It's like, you see it. I promise you, you see it. Even if you don't think you see it, you see it. It's about learning who you are, to the farthest depth that you can. Learning who you truly are. Once you do that, you can learn who you need to be around you, what environment that you need to be in. Like, I used to think that I want to be the type to like go out and have fun a lot. And I learned myself that I'm not that type of person. Like, I'll go out every now and then, but I'm not the person to, to just turn up every weekend. Like, if I could have a sit down and drink with, my boys, and like a card game, maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours a night for a whole week, that's my version of partying. I'm good. That's like the most I'll go. But if you talk about those people who want to get blackout drunk at the club like all weekend long, every weekend, can't do it. It's not my scene. Now, I'm not judging anybody, because I have met people like that, and some of them have been some of the coolest people I know. I just know it's not my scene, so I wouldn't put myself around those people constantly. Surround myself with the people that, kind of live how I live, or kind of, reflect a little bit of myself and show me, attributes that I want for myself as well. And, I'm not judging anybody. If you know that that's the type of person you are, and you can successfully, take care of yourself and keep yourself up while doing that, hey, do you. That's fine. Surround yourself with people that will support that. And do y'all. As long as y'all safe, and as long as y'all take care of yourselves and each other, I have nothing to say. You found it. You found your environment that you need to be in. Me personally, it's not my scene. So like I said, I wouldn't surround myself with those people. I'm not judging those people, and I'm not saying I don't like those people. I'm just not like those people. In the end, it's a journey. Like, it's a self-learning journey. And once you learn the depths about yourself, then you'll know your self-worth. And then if you feel like that needs to expand, you will know who you need to surround yourself with and what you need to surround yourself with to help that expand. And if you're happy with your self-worth, you know who to surround yourself to keep it. Your life is surrounded by all types of people, but who you allow into your corner is all your decision. So in the end, you know what you need for yourself. I know what I need for myself. And if you don't, you will learn. I promise you, you will learn. And it's trial and error. At this point in my life, 22 years old, I know what I need for myself, and I know what I need to be around me. So I've come to a point where I know myself. I know what I need, and I am currently surrounded by and continuously surrounding myself with people that I understand will help uphold and help expand my self-worth. But there's some of y'all that are like teenagers, or even some adults that just still don't know themselves. It's just a process. It's just a learning process. But those people who will complain about always being around certain things or always attracting certain things, there are aspects of yourself that you do know what you need and you do know what you want, and yet you continue to go after stuff that you know is not good for you. That's mainly the people I'm talking to in this video. Just saying. That's it for this PSA. PSA Perkins is out. Hopefully I will have another heart-to-heart talk with y'all again soon. So stay safe. Love yourself. And have a good day.